I'm here talking to Ben Grove, the Commercial Director for EstatesDirect.com. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sarah.
And
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And you're kind of doing a double-hander at the show this year, aren't you? You're exhibiting in the Property Business Show and the Property Investor Show.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. We'd never done the show before.
Right.
We wanted to appeal to franchisees on the business side of things, but then also to the selling and buying public as well.
Yeah, for your actual product, the service that the company provides.
We've got quite a lot of our franchisees here, and we wanted them to capitalise off meeting investors in the London marketplace, and it's been fantastic.
And Estates Direct is a company that basically uses online only to sell houses, isn't it? It's an estate agency without a high street presence.
I suppose one of the most difficult things for us is, in a way, convincing the public that we are not an online agent. We are traditional estate agents through and through. We are personal, so rather than having an office, we spend our time with our clients in their home because that's where we do the bulk part of our business. But we're supported by a head office in the Midlands, so we have all of our paperwork, customer service taken care of by our own personal assistant in the office. So we operate as a traditional agent would, just without having to open up an office in the morning.
And so what's the public reaction been to
It's
the
been
business?
fantastic. It's quite a strange scenario where you speak to a complete stranger in their home about selling their home.
Mm-hmm.
They then sort of empathise with you, and we get the feedback such as, why has it not been done before? Why am I being charged a commission, etc., etc.
Fantastic. And the business is a franchise,
That's
as
correct.
you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
There seems to have been quite an explosion of franchises within the property industry, generally
Yes.
speaking, whether it's investments or lettings or sales.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think there's been that interest in franchising, particularly within property?
I can't speak for everyone else. What I'd say for myself is that it enabled us to grow phenomenally quickly. We were dealing with business owners from the outset. They were investing their money into a model that we'd proven to work, and if we'd have employed those people, it would have obviously taken a lot of time to actually gain the capital to expand very, very quickly. Whereas with this, we've gone from having me as the first franchisee in the Midlands to expanding to over 20 territories within 17 weeks. Now to employ
That's
20
incredible.
staff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that franchising gives people the chance to actually have their own business, but with the full support from a head office. So they're not actually having to take the risk that starting up your own business standalone would do.
And here at the show this year, at the Property Business Show, there's actually a franchising panel debate
Yes.
going on, isn't there, that you're participating in?
I am. Yeah,
So
pleased to say.
What do you think are going to be the main things going to be thrown up in that debate? What are you expecting people to want to know about or to ask questions about?
Well, we've invited people to basically contribute to the debate. You're dealing with a panel of experts from across the estate agency from the last 30 years. The actual title of the seminar or debate is The Alternative Future of Estate Agency. Obviously with ourselves, we charge a fair fixed fee. We work from home, we're personal agents, and we believe that it is the way that estate agency is going. There'll always be a place for traditional high street agents, but we'd like to think that we're going to have an industry within an industry with people that don't want to spend thousands of pounds to sell their home and want to work with us on a one-to-one basis. As far as the questions that are going to be thrown at me, I have no idea. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
That's brilliant. And with the business show having opened this year for the first time,
Yep.
Are you finding that's particularly beneficial to you, having that sort of emphasis put on business rather than just on the property from the consumer side?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sort of a double-sided sword, really. We're speaking to people who are interested in our business model, but then again, we're also speaking to tradespeople who may actually help us to expand our model slightly with things like broadband services, signage, all sorts of things, really. So it's been a really good show so far.
Great stuff, because there are lots of different products and services, particularly with technology as well. There seems to be quite a few new technological initiatives coming out.
Absolutely.
So have you found the business-to-business aspect of the show particularly useful?
Yeah, I mean, with our franchisees, we've actually built our own iPad technology that helps them to work out in the field, so they're dynamically linked between themselves out in the field and then with their PA in the office. So when we were talking about our technology with the public, it's been a great way of us getting our message out there.
Yeah.
But I've seen something today that blew my mind. It's basically a fully interactive touchscreen display for your window as an estate agent. Obviously we don't have windows ourselves, but I couldn't believe that they'd taken sort of an A4 plain piece of paper stuck in a window to actually something that people can interact with in their window.
That's a very good concept.
So there's some really, really good stuff out there, yeah.
And last but not least, Ben, we can't not mention the car that we're standing in front of.
Yeah.
Your lovely car. What's this all about?
All of our franchisees have their own branded vehicle. So this is actually Dominique, who's our franchisee in the Midlands. It's the cleanest I've ever seen it. But this is basically what we have to get the brand out there, and we're also running a competition at the show guess the amount of balloons that are inside, and win yourself a nice Regency hamper. So
You don't win the car.
You don't win the car, unfortunately.
Clean as it is.
No, afraid so. Afraid not.
That's fantastic. And that draw's happening tomorrow, is it? End of the show?
End of the show, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you ever so much.
No, not
Ben
at all.
Grove,
Thank you. It's been
Commercial
great.
Director of EstatesDirect.com.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
Perfect. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.